Well, good evening, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don in here with you on your Friday evening, watching a few pretty heavy thunderstorms roaming across East Alabama and also back over into southern Georgia. For those of you that may be traveling this evening, maybe you're headed down toward Savannah or Brunswick. You got a big mess over there in Georgia. We'll talk more about that in just a few moments. Let's take a look at what's happening in Alabama at this hour. And we're going to first take a look at this storm down here in Lee County. You folks down there in the Auburn-Opelika area, you just dealt with that one, and it went through Beauregard and is now headed toward Columbus across Harris County and on down to the southeast toward Casita. That is in Georgia. And so that is going to continue moving off to the southeast as well. Now let's take this thing current and go back up here to Lee County because you got another storm coming through. This one's stretching from Tuskegee all the way back up to Beauregard and just to the northwest of Smith Station. Now, none of these storms are severe this afternoon. So no problems there, but they're very heavy. I mean, the rainfall, the precipitation output in these storms is just pretty much incredible. I've talked to several people that have been caught under these storms this afternoon back up in Randolph County, and they talked about how gusty the wind was and how heavy the rain was. Well, those winds are coming from, these are not really microburst storms, but they kind of have that characteristic because they don't last long. But such a dense column of water is being released from these storms. They're very proficient in making rain, these particular storms are. And so the column of water is so dense that the air that's under this column of water has to go somewhere. So when it comes from the sky and it moves through the atmosphere and gets to the surface, it pushes the wind out from under it. So that's why you get those real gusty winds on either side of this line, not just on the front side, but also on the back side, because the wind just kind of fans out when it hits the ground. So if you're down here in southern Lee County, south of Auburn, you just dealt with it. Opelika, you just dealt with it. But you folks down here south of I-85, pretty nasty line of thunderstorms moving off to the southeast. Now let's move back up to the northwest. If you're up here in Elmore County, extreme northeast Elmore County around Kalijah, up there on 63 south of Alexander City, Wind Creek, our town, you got a heavy thunderstorm right there. Also, Bama Park, it's coming in your general direction. And then as we move on up to the northeast, or northwest, I should say, down there in southeast Coosa County, from about Hyssop over to Fish Pond, down to Equality, you've got some heavy thunderstorms there. Lots of lightning output right here in this particular frame, 47 strikes in the last 2 minutes. And then up here to Alexander City, you just had a pretty nasty storm move through the Alexander City area. Actually, it's ongoing now. And that is going to continue moving to the southeast right down 280. So not a good ride. If you are down here around Dadeville and you're going to be traveling north back up toward Alexander City, you might want to wait a few minutes and let this storm pass, because we're talking torrential rainfall on 280 from just outside Alexander City. As you climb the hill there at the big flagpole, very heavy rainfall falling out there on 280 at the intersection of 280, 63, 280, Highway 22. And if you're on 22 going back up toward Daviston coming out of Alexander City, you're most likely going to have to pull over somewhere, because we're talking blinding rain right there in downtown Alexander City. And this is moving off to the east-southeast. So Alexander City, you're going to be out of the heaviest rain here in just a few moments. But I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a little bit of hail right here, though I think primarily this is just heavy rainfall. It's ridiculous. Look at that. We're getting 57.6 dBZs right there. There's a 58. That's pretty significant. There's a 59, almost 60 dBZs right there. Which is, well, there is a 60. So that's that's some significant rainfall occurring right there in Alexander City. So we zoom back out and we go back on up to the northwest. Another heavy cell up here around Weguffka. That's going to continue to move in the general direction of Alexander City. May move a little bit north of downtown Alex City as it continues off to the southeast. But it may weaken a bit when it gets down here into this rain-cooled atmosphere. We'll see. And then as we look back up here even further to the northwest, we still have a cluster of showers and thunderstorms all around Birmingham Metro. From Chelsea all the way back over to around Hoover, down there, or back over toward Hueytown, up there on the Northport side of Birmingham, and then back toward Brookwood, between Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. And then looking up here on the north end of our coverage area, just some light rain for the most part along I-20 from about the Leeds exit all the way back over to around Douglasville. But we do have two heavy thunderstorms over here in West Georgia. And we'll start with the first one up here in Carrollton. And this the heaviest part of this storm is going to be just to the east, southeast of downtown Carrollton, near Cross Plains. And that is also moving off to the east, southeast. But some very heavy rainfall there just east of downtown Carrollton, just north of Highway 16. And that stretches all the way down to the Lowell area, just along Highway 5, or just to the northeast of Roopville. And then moving back over to the west, right along the Alabama-Georgia state line, heavy rainfall in downtown Bowden. Again, between Bowden and Farmers High, the heaviest rainfall. And that's just east, a little bit southeast of downtown Bowden's, where the heaviest rain is in that particular storm. And so it stretches from 166 all the way down to Bucktown down here, where 100 turns into 48 going into Randolph County. And then back up to the north. Okay, radar's being a little... quit. Behave. I'll get it up there. Here we go. All right, so heavy rainfall also stretching from just to the southwest of Mount Zion back down to Ranburne over here in East Alabama and West Georgia. So, yeah, that's what the deal is this afternoon. Just some really heavy thunderstorms. Haven't seen anything go severe. We have seen a couple of special weather statements from some of these storms simply because of the rainfall and the lightning output. Those are the two biggest threats this afternoon. Let's look over here in Georgia because they just dealt with Elsa. Now we've just got showers and thunderstorms all across South Georgia, stretching from Jessup all the way back over to Montezuma. Eastman's got some heavy rainfall. Hazelhurst, Alma, just north of Douglas, along Highway 341, down to Baxley, Searcy, Odom. Just some really heavy stuff down here, just north of Nichols. And then you get back over here, back just north of Jacksonville, and just south of Hawkinsville, back down to the south and east. Very heavy rainfall taking place there as well. And we go all the way back up here to around Montezuma. Look at that stuff. Just heavy rainfall output. And look at this lightning up here just to the west of Fort Valley or just to the east of Butler. That's heavy stuff there as well. All of that is in the state of Georgia. Heavy storms down here around Americus. Richland's got some heavy stuff. And then this thing coming into the... coming out of Lee County, Alabama, sliding off to the east, southeast. Let's loop this a couple of times and see. It appears to be intensifying. And the extreme northeast corner of it may catch Smith Station and Columbus. However, I think the bulk of this storm may be downtown Columbus and south. Down here to around Hurtsboro in Alabama, down to Omaha, and eventually over here in Casita. That would be over in the Casita in Georgia, and over around Buena Vista. All this stuff is coming in your general direction. So just a ton of rainfall, probably some flash flooding taking place with this line right here. 60% chance that we do have some small hail within this storm. 0 chance that it is severe. So I just kind of wanted to, we're testing out some new equipment for one. So this gave me an opportunity to do that. You know, I'm always I'm always tweaking things and working with them and trying to make them better. And we have some pretty heavy thunderstorms out there, so I thought I'd jump in there and let you see what it looks like, and also see how our new chat room is going to work as well. So that's what we've got this afternoon, and so I'm going to step aside. I'm going to leave the feed up for just a few minutes because there are a few things I want to do while I'm here, and a couple of things I'm looking at on the stream, and I need to tweak a couple of things. So I'm going to leave the video feed up, and after I play around with a few things, I'll come back in a few minutes and give you maybe another quick update before we take the stream back down. You're watching Live Radar Update on Dr. Don's Weather. Stay with us.